After helping dozens of people on their shipping container homes, there's 3 common mistakes that I see people making. Here they are. The first mistake is I see people using the wrong type of windows, which could ultimately lead to leaks on the inside of their containers. Now, we've used a variety of window types and styles, but I wanted to show you this as an example of what we're currently using. Everything we use now is a nail fin window. So you're gonna have this fin going around the perimeter of it. You can see right here it's sealed extremely well with OSI caulking. So we do recommend that sealant for the process of sealing it. You can actually see James here, he's in the process of sealing up some windows right now. You can even invest in a cool gun like this. Dude, check this out. Check that out, just a gun so you can... So right here, James is sealing the exterior of that window right now with the OSI Quad Max. Now I want to point out a couple things to you. Now when we're installing these windows into a container, these windows are being installed from the inside and they're being attached to this 2x2 tube frame. So just like the one I just showed you, it's that exact same style window, but that fin is attached from the inside to this tube frame. We then seal from the inside around the perimeter of it, and we're also sealing the exterior of it just to make sure that water is not going to enter in through those windows. The second mistake I see people make is they choose the wrong container type for their build. I'm not just talking size, I'm talking condition and height. So right here, we're inside of a one-trip container. There's a few things to notice. One, there's very minimal dents on these walls. In fact, I don't even see one dent anywhere. So they're really good shape, really good condition. Number 2, the flooring on these are also in great shape. It's really level, really smooth, makes applying your interior flooring, whether you're doing a vinyl or a laminate, a lot easier. And lastly, this is a high cube container. So the exterior height is 9'6". The interior height that you're gonna get is a lot better than using a standard height container. That means you can have a higher ceiling, or you can choose to have a lot more insulation in your ceiling. Lastly, the biggest mistake we see people making is they end up using the wrong type of insulation when they're in an environment where choosing the right insulation is extremely important. Allow me to explain. So because shipping containers are metal on the exterior, they actually can sweat. This is referred to as container rain, or you may hear people talk about it in regards to condensation. So for example, if it's really cold on the exterior, say you're in a winter climate, and on the interior you have a heater running, there's people breathing, you could experience container rain. This is where typically in the rooftop and the top 20% of your container, there's moisture that gets developed on the interior of the walls. Now this can lead to a ton of problems. If you've ever heard me talking before, my biggest enemy with container construction is water. So you always want to keep water in the right places and outside of the areas where you do not want it. So with that, we typically recommend using closed cell spray foam insulation. We usually go with a 3-inch depth. At 3 inches, it does turn into a vapor barrier so that the condensation will not transfer to the interior of your walls. Now, you may be wondering, why is that important, Tony? Well, let me tell you this, that if you get a lot of moisture on your studs and you have wood studs, that could lead to mold. And mold ultimately is the worst thing for any home. So in order to avoid that, you go with the closed cell spray foam insulation. Now what is interesting is if you're in a very dry climate, you may not need to use closed cell spray foam, especially if what you're creating is more of an office space. Everyone in the industry that I know that creates container offices for say construction sites and things like that, especially here in Las Vegas, they're not using spray foam insulation. They're simply using bat foam. And that isn't the end of the world. If you're in a dry climate, you're not gonna be in there overnight, you know, I think you can get away with going with bat foam insulation and you'll save a lot of money. If you want to learn about all of the biggest mistakes to avoid, we put together a free training for you. It's a 60-minute online workshop. It's going to go over all of our biggest mistakes that we've made after building over 100 container homes to hopefully help you not make those same mistakes. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.